What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today. And today we have the GeminiJets February and March 2024 releases. I really hope you all are excited for this. I'm accompanied here with Planespotter DK. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Very good, dude. You ready for these releases?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Some of them, he said, has been spoiled to him. So he said that I would be very pleased. And there's a bunch of a particular airline. I think it's in the US is what it sounded like. So is it going to be great? We'll have to see. I'm in a apartment, so I need to keep it down for sure. So hopefully it's not that good. But nevertheless, we will go ahead and get started. Air Canada Cargo Boeing 767-300. This is going to be registered Charlie Golf X-Ray Hotel Mike. Very cool to see this aircraft. I did get the Phoenix versions. Or no, this one has no winglets. Okay, I got the Rouge from Phoenix. That's what I did. But this one looks really good. What do you think about this one?
The price looks pretty expensive for some.
That's the MSRP, keep in mind. So it's not the retailer price.
Okay.
So that's what the GeminiJets Shopify store would sell it for. And that's why they don't have any sales. But nevertheless, this still looks like a good aircraft.
I'd rather the 767 with winglets. But
I do agree with that. So unfortunate not to see that one. Hopefully we will get a winglet one at some point in the future, but certainly a unique start to this release, and I'm certainly a big fan of that. So looking good for that aircraft right there. In Air Canada Jets Airbus A320 registered Charlie Foxtrot November Victor Victor. So this one also looks fantastic. I believe that Phoenix and NG have done this one, so it's very cool to see Gemini getting their version going here with the CFM. So what do you think about it?
love the livery. Who doesn't like a good blackout livery on an airplane?
I can't disagree more, and they're already tough to come by. Still chasing the one on the 145, that one in the United States. I'm getting the airline, but nevertheless, looking very good for that aircraft right there. In American Airlines Airbus A321 registered November 582 Uniform Whiskey in the PSA Heritage Delivery. So here they go, trying to one-up Aero Classics. I haven't made that order yet, so I guess I'm going to be making this order instead. So looking very good. They're probably going to do like 3 or 4 of them, I bet, based upon the hints so far. But there it is. It looks really good. Now this does have the IAE engine, so the only major flaw that will come with this mold is going to be the nose cone, which luckily the engines were the worst part in my opinion. So very glad to see them get this out, and I think this should turn out really good. What do you think about this, dude?
This was your hint, dude.
That was my hint, and he might be buying one of these at the DFW Airline Collectibles show that we're going to be going to here in a couple months. So definitely stay on the lookout for that, guys. But nevertheless, looking forward to that, and that is a really solid release. So I can only guess that we're probably going to have Piedmont or one of the others coming up here. There's the Piedmont right there, 581 Uniform Whiskey. So fantastic, get this iteration as well. I personally think PSA and America West look best on them, but I think Piedmont also looks good along with Allegheny. So very good to get Piedmont here. I also think this is the first time that GeminiJets has ever consecutively done American Airlines special liveries together. So normally they'll do like one of the, like they did AirCal, TWA, and Reno Air all individually. So instead, they're putting them all together in this release, which is not very good for our wallets. So what do you think about that?
It's a good looker.
It is a good looker. I completely agree with that. So ultimately, good looking release right there. Let's take it on to the next one. In a British Airways Boeing 777-300ER, this registered Gulf Sierra Tango Bravo Hotel. This is a really good release considering how popular of an aircraft this is. Glad to see that they're getting after it, and hopefully has the new mold as well that JC Wings did, so hopefully good landing gear height and whatnot. What do you think about that?
Can't go wrong with the BA333.
I don't disagree. The A380s are also fantastic too, so great to get all these British Airways aircraft going as well. And the flaps and slats extended because we know they love to make their revenue, so this one also looks really nice. Ultimately, I think it's going to be quite a nice aircraft, and definitely want to get more of them, and maybe one day we'll get really lucky and the flaps can go up and down. We'll have to see if we get there sometime. Fully interactive, hopefully with some opening luggage doors too, but one day that will come, we'll see. Wow, Nevada 1, Southwest 737-800, registered November 8646 Bravo. So they beat NG models to this one, and as a result, I'll probably go ahead and buy it. So obviously we're going to have the mold deficiencies, but if NG hasn't done it yet, you know, I haven't gave Gemini a fair shot on any of these 800 specials yet, and we have Lone Star coming too, so I think it's fair to probably give them the shot on this one. What do you think?
I personally like it on the 700 more than the 800. Just for this
I think so.
I feel like a good half of the plane is just a blue.
Yeah,
That's
like
just my
2/3 of it, like
Yeah.
from here all the way back to
Yeah.
the end. So, but it's still, you know, Gemini's got to make what Southwest is going to do. So we've flown our fair share of them, and going to have more coming up. So what can you do when they come for you? And here's a Transavia Airbus A320neo registered Foxtrot Golf November Echo Oscar. So neo there at the end, very cool. Okay, so this is the first time I've ever seen a CGI for GeminiJets turned around with the nose facing to the right. I think they're trying to illustrate the outline on it. I don't know what this livery is. I've never seen this before, But nevertheless, it looks like all like the components of the fuselage are all like outlined.
Looks like it's on Photoshop.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that is. I don't know if that was just a lack of effort or what happened on
Probably
that, but it might be a lack of effort. I don't know. That seems like that didn't get finished in time. So, but anyways, it's coming out. Would you agree with that?
I would.
So, what can you do about that? That's a pretty interesting one, though. I will say that. That's much better. Air Force One on the Boeing 747-8i registered VC25B. Registration's 30,000, and yeah, that MSRP is not good. So, yeah, this is pretty interesting to see. I personally think that it looks fine on the 747-200, but it's different. So, what do you think?
Personally, I'm not a fan.
I don't.
It looks
Yeah.
too modern for this livery.
I agree. I'm like, why don't you just revise it if you're going to put it on a new plane? Actually, go forward with it. So that's a whole situation in and of itself. But yeah, this has been quite a release right now, I have to say. In a WestJet 737-600 to complement that. That's Charlie Golf Whiskey Sierra Lima. So
Livery?
maybe. No, it is the standard livery. So I do have the Panda models version of this. However, it's still great to see Gemini using this mold, and they haven't used it since the Janet aircraft they did last year. So this is still a cool one, and 736s are tough to come by. So what do you think about it?
Would have liked one in the new livery. It looks pretty good on the new livery, but the old livery's good too.
I hope that they do a 700 in the new livery. That would be what I would be really excited for. But the 600, I think, is still very applicable in that livery too, especially for all of our Canadian friends. So that's very interesting. And that is the 1-400 set. This is really different considering the A320neo and the 747-8 really threw it for an interesting loop. I think the Air Canadas are quality additions, and then obviously the American 321s, we're obviously going to be getting those. And then I think I'm going to give my shot on Nevada 1. Typically I'd wait for the NG, but it's not out right now, and I don't know when they're going to make it, and they've been kind of goofy lately, so I'm going to have to give Gemini my business on that one. So what do you think?
Very North American heavy release so far.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. I think we only got that 320neo out and BA, British Airways 333. So we'll see if we have any maxes in the military section, and we'll see what 1-200 brings. We're going straight into 1-200, so let's see what we got here. The Air Canada Jets A320neo comes up. It would be cool to get this one 1-200. It would be sleek on a desk or whatnot. So this aircraft still looks really good though, and I think this is quite a nice one. So overall, that's looking fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to ask what you thought about it.
No, personally, I would get the 1-200 rather than the
Yeah, I agree with that. And you would just get the NG if you wanted the 400.
Yep.
So spend the money in the right way. Air France Boeing 777-300ER. This is Foxtrot Golf Sierra November Hotel. Maybe this is the registration that we saw in aerial photography. I don't know. But anyways, this is a good looking aircraft. I still really like the old titles, although I can live with the new titles now. My personal problem with it is that the tail remains. So I'm like, why would you not revise the tail if you're going to revise the billboard titles? What do you think?
I would have liked for them to release a Sky Team livery. That's a very rare livery nowadays in model form, so I think they should re-release it so it can come back down in value, in my opinion.
Not only that, but also looks really good.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll be seeing that sometime. But nevertheless, there's the 333. And we're going to have the flaps and slats extended because why not? We won't look at the picture because it's the same with the sticker. But an Air Canada Hop ERJ190 STB registered Foxtrot Hotel Bravo Lima November. So this is a cool aircraft here.
Oh,
I don't know. That looks like a Herpa CGI to me. I would consider that a lack of effort. I don't know what we're doing there, but it looks unfinished. And
where's the winglets?
Where's the registration?
Yeah.
Why are you talking? We could be texting.
This is definitely not an E2.
So I don't know what we're doing there. In fact, I'll just real quick Google this aircraft type to make sure that I'm not missing any part of that in the registration. But yeah, this is supposed to have wing there. That's it right there. So I don't know what we're doing with that aircraft, and so much so that I'll even just really quick Google this registration to verify that it's a GeminiJets problem. And yeah, I see winglets on this aircraft. So I don't know about you, but I would consider that a E2 hybrid baby lack of effort. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree.
That's sad, man. But anyway,
they're in the gutter.
Two might make the thumbnail, dude. They really don't deserve to. But anyway, we'll put that on the side. Then this is a little bit better. Here is a Canadian Airbus A330-200 CC330 Husky registered 330002. So this hopefully is going to be ready for the boys to come up. Now that's much better. I personally think that looks really good. I'm a big fan of the various components that livery has. So overall, that looks really nice, and I do like the swoop in the livery. What do you think?
I like it better than the gray military livery, that's for sure.
I think that's a fair assessment. So that's a good aircraft to see. So hopefully we'll be seeing that at 1-400 sometime. That would be pretty cool. And there's the widgets.
Wow.
Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200 November 607 Delta Lima in 1-200. Now this is a very, very rare aircraft for 200. So the 1-200 collectors are getting ready for the boys to come
I have
up.
to
So
pick that up for the DFW one day.
it looks really nice. Maybe that will get discounted at that show.
Whitney's too.
Yeah, the Delta 75s had the Pratts at that time. So very cool to see the widget not only on the L1 door but also the tail. I think it looks really good, and we knew that the widget was coming. This is a very popular aircraft. I don't think it's been done in like 20 years in 1-200, so that's a big one for Gemini to get, and the 1-200 collectors getting ready for the boys to come up. So ultimately, I think that's a really solid release right there. And a Lufthansa Boeing 747-400 registered Delta Alpha Bravo Victor Yankee. So, and the new livery. So personally, a really good release right here. I think in-flight maybe has done it, but if you're looking for a more affordable and still yet a really good aircraft, as the Gemini 1-200 747 mold is really solid, this might be the option for you. So really cool. You got both the Wi-Fi boxes plus all those antennas and aerials, beacon, all that, and a red antenna on the bottom. So personally, I think this is a really good one. What do you think?
Yeah, they just came back from the service recently after being retired, so I think it's cool that they're paying homage to that.
They are, and they got to keep doing just that. So ultimately, really good work right there. And the flaps and slots extended because you know that they're going to make them money. So ultimately, really nice to see that. And a Spirit Airbus A321neo, registered November 702 November kilos. So with the mass. So I really was admiring the A320neo that was at the American Airlines company store in DFW. Why they sell other airlines, I don't really understand the logic there. But anyway, it was there. So, but this looks really good too. So definitely want to get one of these new Spirits sometime 1-200. What do you think?
I love the neo with the mask. I think it just complements the livery really well in the Spirit.com.
I think it's this
really
one in the Air Canada that fits really well on. So
where's the Wi-Fi box?
Where is the Wi-Fi box? That's a lack of effort. So I don't know what's going on. Hopefully the actual model will have that, but a great observation by Dylan recognizing that this aircraft's supposed to have a Wi-Fi box and doesn't have it right now. So, and I just want to make sure, I'm almost positive that it is, but that was the first registration. So perhaps they just took the one that, oh, this one actually might not. Yeah, this one actually doesn't have it.
Interesting.
So I wanted to make sure because I thought that the first one that they made maybe didn't have it, because I think the rest of them do now. But why would you not choose to do the one with the Wi-Fi box? I don't know. It's a lack of effort. Next up, we have the C-32 Air Force 2 Boeing 757-200. This is going to be registered 990004. So this might be a good investment of money. I personally think it looks really nice. This is a good compromise because obviously the Air Force 1 is going to be very expensive, but why not come down? He's seen it a couple times as well. So maybe that will be the aircraft he gravitates on. JP as well. We know the story with jet photos in their long queue right now. So ultimately, this aircraft looks really good, and this is a quality offering here in 1-200 to complement the widget 757. So if you like 75s, today's been a great day in 1-200. Speaking of which, that will conclude today's release. What do you think about the 1-200s?
I mean, a lot of the airlines that I'm not a huge fan of besides Delta. I mean, the American carriers, but I'm not a big fan of Air France or Lufthansa, so it doesn't really do much for me.
Understandable so, but at least Air Force 2 is looking good. I think that's a really quality release. But yeah, mainly gravitating towards the 1-400, of course, since that's mainly what we cover. I think it's great to get the E321s out. So Gemini, very good job being really fast to that. Normally they're a little bit slower, so that was really good to get that going within 6 months.
I don't know why they just didn't release the rest of them. I know they wanted
so that people like you and I don't have to spend $200 just like that. Yeah. That's a bunch of. It's already tough to spend $100. I can't believe they did 2 of them next to each other, plus Nevada one as well. So ultimately,
but I feel like Aeroclax is probably going to release all of them at once.
They already did. That's what I sent you the other day. So that's what I was saying is I really thought about ordering those. I was on the edge, and then I've just been holding off.
You think they'd release all of them at once just to give you Aeroclass?
Aeroclassics always does. Gemini's a little bit different. I don't know what the philosophy on that is. So Todd, if you're watching this or somebody wants to forward a message to Todd, both of us are wondering that question. So please let us know. But ultimately, I still think it's a pretty great release. I think there's some good pieces to the puzzle here, and for what he does, I think at some point that maybe he'll pick up one of these. We'll have to see. I think it's an A-tier release. I completely agree with that. And this is definitely going to be making a top 10 GeminiJets video at some point, most likely. So overall, looking really good. You got any final complimentary thoughts for this video?
I have to pick some of these up at the DFW one-day show.
Speaking of which, that will be coming up very soon. So definitely stay on the lookout for April 20th. He's going to be coming with us along with Sean Dot Spotting and maybe some other bozos. So stay on the lookout for that. But really excited for that. And we hope you all are as well. Stay on the lookout. We have some awesome live streams coming up, and again, thank you so much.
Saeeds are out tomorrow.
So really excited for that. Hopefully we'll get to check that out within the coming weeks. And again, thank you for facilitating your time, set up, and hanging out with us, dude, and giving your thoughts because we really value those. So with all that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love what you do? My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.